Hello, this is Ray from DC Rainmaker. I'm going to show you one of the new features in the Fenix 3. It's called Auto Climb. What it does is it allows you to automatically change the data fields as you climb. So if you're hiking or doing trail running, something where you're basically going uphill for some period of time, you want to have different data fields shown just while you're climbing, and then for it to automatically switch back to your normal data fields when you're doing something other than climbing. So by default it's turned off, but you can go and turn it on by holding down the menu button there and going into settings. And then from settings you'll use the current app. In my case I already have it on running, so I'm just going to leave that alone. And then I'll go ahead and I'll scroll down to Auto Climb. Now you see right there, it's already turned on, so you see the actual ascent rate that'll go ahead and trigger for. If I enable it or go press the on button there, you'll see the status is shown on. And you'll see my regular run screen is run number 1. So when it's done climbing, it's going to go back to that screen every single time. And then I have a climb screen defined as climb or screen number 5. So while I'm climbing, it'll automatically show screen number 5. You'll see I've got it set to invert the colors. So when I'm climbing, it'll go to white text on black background, as opposed to kind of the normal black text on white background. You can turn this on or off if you want to. You know, it just makes it obvious to whether or not you're climbing or not according to its definition of that. Its definition is defined here by vertical speed, so this is where you go ahead and specify your vertical ascent rate, essentially, for when it'll trigger that climb. Now, most people don't know the vertical ascent per hour. Most runners might not anyways. You probably know your grade instead. So what I've seen is this generally triggers somewhere between a 2 to 4% grade. On the run I'll show you here in a little bit. It'll easily trigger because it's a bit of a higher grade, but I'll show you kind of how that works as the run starts off and those first couple meters there when it triggers. There's a mode switch. This allows you to kind of to define how quickly it switches between these different modes. In my case I just left the default for medium. So with that, we're basically ready to go. I'll go ahead and go back to my start here. I'll put the watch on and get it running, and I'll show you what it looks like as we're running itself. Okay, so I'm about to start my first hill repeat. You can see that's the base of the hill right there, and it goes up beyond that building up there. It's basically just kind of stuck. So what I've got here is a watch. I'm going to go ahead and start. You see a little bit of flat ground here, maybe it's a % or 2, and then right where that next little island is where I go ahead and go straight on up. So wait for this last car to go by here. You hear the beep out of my lap timer, and then I'm going to go from there. So there we go. So my lap trigger right there. Go back to the main screen in a second. So now we're back to the main screen. Doesn't detect a hill quite yet. Just starting it here. There we go. There's the hill trigger. 7% grade right now. So it's going to stay like this, and I'm going to keep on running. Okay, so for the second one, I've changed the trigger speed from medium to fast. So go ahead and begin my second one here in a second. I'm going to press the same lap button. You'll hear the beep, and then I'm going to start running. So there we go. And the beep. Up we go on the hill. So that's just the lap confirmation page there. And then as soon as you see it turn black, that's a switching over to the other mode. There we go, it just triggered. Showing my grade, 3%. It's awfully generous of it. From here on out, see you at the top.